Holy moly. Made it in time. Basically. Hello. Ooh. Blinding light. Hello. Chatting. On time. Is the audio working? Everything seems to be working for once. That's a bonus. Happy days. Hello and welcome to Glorious Miniatures. My name's Jolyon. It is the 4th of February, 2024. We do have another Sunday preview for you at some point in the not too immediate future, in about 15 minutes, I believe. I'm really just waiting for the link to appear in my Discord. Hopefully it appears relatively soon, and I do indeed have a Discord link. Might appear in chat right there, so do consider joining if that is your jam. There is a sort of public bit. Hello Reno, how you doing? What's cracking? Ahoy hoy. Happy Sunday to you. How's your weekend been? Has it been pretty good? I hope it's been magnificent. I got to see my youngest brother and his family, my niece. It was very good. She's almost, crikey, is it 3? End of March she turns 3. It's going to be quite exhausting, I think. That little party, which I believe I'm supposed to be going to, so that's going to be fun. There was indeed a. It's cool you painted some orc flesh. Hell yes, I'm all about that orc flesh. I would like to paint some in the not too distant future. I wish I could say exactly when, but for the moment, it's a matter of when, not if. I have the Orc Combat Patrol, which I'm definitely going to be using, and stuff like that. So it's going to be good. I just don't know when it'll be. It's just not yet. That's all I truly know right now. I'm just trying to get OBS sort of situated so I can read chat and I can see all those delicious likes just rolling in. And subscriptions and follows and all that sort of, I don't know, whatever the YouTube stuff is. I get very confused between this and Twitch half the time. I just do want to quickly check that when I go to the not quite as I would like it. That is the wrong page. That is better. I don't know. Oh, hello. Excuse me. That was very wrong. How does this look? I might be. It's not great. It's not great. It'll work. It's not. It's not what I'm looking for, but it's going to work. We'll suffer through it today, as per usual. We'll get there eventually. And Lucky Luck Pumpkin Pie, how you doing? Happy Sunday to you. I hope you are also having a magnificent weekend. I am literally waiting for this article to appear, but stuff did appear on the Warhammer site, on the old Warhammer site. We can have a little look. I need to sneeze. Of course I do. We'll have a look in a second once I've sneezed. Okay. Right, I really need some background music as well, just like something very subtle, because it's almost too quiet. I need to sneeze again. All right. Thank you, Rene. So, did I change the thing yet? No, I didn't. Has that changed? Yes, it has. Okay, so on Friday night, I was checking out the GW store, specifically Kingdom of Bretonia, and I saw that the Warhammer Old World core set was actually in stock, and I thought, well, it's too late. It's too late now for me to actually do it. Tomorrow morning I'll just get up and do it. That was a mistake. That was a massive mistake. Because Because the issue is I do have it on back order from somewhere else for a little bit cheaper than this. So that is my issue. And I had emailed them and I got a sort of generic canned response from them. And even though when I'd ordered it online, it said that it was in stock on their web store. I guess by the time it had been gone through, it was out of stock or something. I don't know. Whatever they're saying is, they're basically saying it's on back order for me. And it was on back order when I purchased it, which is incorrect. But maybe, I'd imagine their stock hadn't updated in time. That's what I reckon's probably happened. Anyway, so I'm waiting to see if that gets delivered to me. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and potentially purchase this. I know they are going to do... I'd imagine they're doing Old World boxes for all of the, is it 9 army or 7 armies that they're talking about doing. So Empire, hello, very tempted. We've seen the Orc one already. That's 2. I'd imagine Dwarves as well. That would be 5. With the Tomb Kings and Bretonnia. We need, was it 1 more? Elves. Maybe a couple more. Wood Elves and High Elves. And Chaos Warriors. There we go. So that would be some bad maths. Anyway, so this was, that did appear very briefly. What else appeared over the weekend? I believe it was the Fleshy Courts right here. So the army set, I think, is still available. Crikey, I was not expecting that. I would have thought that would have been sold out. The books, very nice. The Marrow Scroll Herald. The Vargulf Courtier. The Abhorrent Gore Warden. The Cardinal, the Grand Justice, the Executioner, etc., and Usherin Mortarch of Delusion. I'm actually genuinely kind of slightly tempted by this one. And this one. Not that I collect them at all, and I don't think I will be getting them. But they are probably, for me, the most tempting. I'm not too bothered about this thing. It's a great big meaty monster, but probably not for me. Plus, at this price as well, it's a bit different. However, if you go to Element Games using my affiliate link, you can order it there. That's actually Villainy Inc., something else I wanted to look at briefly before the article drops. So this is still in stock. That's a surprise because normally these, well, the Warhammer 40k army sets tend to sell out very quickly. Normally, obviously some aren't quite so popular and don't sell out, but I was kind of expecting this one to go quite quickly. It's still here though, that's fine. But it is a saving, so I do consider using my affiliate link. It is obviously an affiliate link, and I do get a tiny little bit of revenue if people purchase something after clicking my link. It's a great help. You could use it, you could almost save it as a bookmark and just log into Element Games using that link all the time, and that would be a fantastic thing. We do have, where was it? Okay, so the dice have sold out. Okay, so via Element Games, this monster thing is £56 right there. So this is a bit of a saving. What I have been told about is the Villainy Inks. I am definitely somewhat tempted by this. Got your Snick Rot with your core, with your code. Reno, you're an angel. You are an angel. Absolute angel. Thank you very much for using my link. It genuinely does help. I can get some auxiliary paints, because I know with my paint's been in store for over a year now. I'm gonna have to buy a bunch of new ones because they'll have dried out. I'm dreading finding, going through them and finding the toll of which paints I'm going to need to repurchase again. It's going to be exhausting. But the The Villainy Inks from Grimdark Compendium is also available. I think that went live on Friday, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think Thursday or Friday it went live. It is tempting. They got 1, 2, 3, 7. It's me. It's counting maths. So if you like sort of grimdark stuff, you know, enamel washes and things like that, this could be potentially tempting for you. There's a fair amount of... Where's the volume of these again? Does it say? Are they 30 mil? No, it must be more than that. Must be more than that. I can't remember how much these are, volume-wise. Anyway, I am wanting to test them out. So going into, well, once the studio's built, fixed, whatever, I am definitely going to be testing these out. I am still waiting on the Sunday preview to appear, so I'm going to just go back to my normal face while that sort of warms up and whatnot. Let me open up Discord. I'm just still perplexed why that is still showing up as top chat. On my screen, that widget is showing up as live chat. It's one of the most frustrating things. However, what I have done is I've also downloaded Streamlabs to potentially dual stream better or easier going forward. So obviously I'll need to set up absolutely everything all over again. But I may very well end up doing the Thursday and this stream, Sunday stream to Twitch at the same time. And potentially even stream my gaming to my YouTube gaming channel at the same time as well. I don't know. We'll see. Let me... Saturday pre-orders. No. What do you reckon we're going to get for Sunday pre-orders? Do you reckon we're going to get some Dark Angel... those geezers, whatever they're called, the first circle. I've completely some kind of those knights, you know, the ones with the robes. Could potentially be getting those. Otherwise, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe some Horus Heresy stuff. That would be pretty sweet. I don't know. Obviously, I would much prefer Horus Heresy stuff, or potentially, yeah, Horus Heresy stuff would be nice, or Necromunda, or Moortime. Let's be honest, Moortime would be the best. Probably the best thing for Games Workshop Warhammer to release is to bring back that sweet Moortime action. Kroot? Oh yes. Are you tempted by that Kroot army? Do you reckon are they doing an army box? They are, aren't they? I think I did that in a previous video. Hopefully, I might remember to come back and link to. I think it was an LVO release, right? Sort of, you know, preview kind of thing. Kroot army could be an interesting one. I'm not really too bothered about Kroot. I only really kind of like Tau for the robot suits. I'm not too fussed about them otherwise. Would I get a Kroot army box? I don't know. We'll see. Not for me. I fear I like the mechs. See, this is the issue that I've got. I've never been that bothered about Kroot. I didn't quite understand. I assume they've just been sort of absorbed into the Tau way of life and used as mercenaries or whatever. I would be tempted to do a big shooty robot army for Tau, and that's about it. I don't think I would be going a whole bundle on huge amounts of fire warriors, etc. It would mostly be, I can't even remember what half the robots are called. Ghost Keels, that big, massive Forge World one, and the little smaller ones in between. Not so fussed about that big floaty manta ray thing either, though. Wouldn't be interested in that. You saw them a bit like the Covenant from Halo. See, I've played Halo a few times. I owned one of the games on the Xbox 360 and I think also the PC. But I don't really know the story of Halo at all. I know he's runs around shooting things, wears the helmet, and that's about it. The Covenant does sound familiar, and I know there's like a big Halo sort of planet thing. Can't be a planet. I don't know, space station? Who knows what that thing is? I certainly don't. And why is it just sometimes? It is 6 o'clock, right? Yes. Now, I'm still waiting. I'm going to I'm going to force refresh this page. Give it to me. I would request that I get the preview thing now, please. I'm going to open up that page again. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. It's a strange one. Covenant are a collection of different race and... Oh, okay. Yeah. Exactly. That's pretty much exactly... that's basically Tau, isn't it? It's like, we're going to absorb you, and if you don't want to join our culture, then you'll be absorbed into space, or something like that. Into the air via these massive laser guns. Or what's their weapon of choice? They have I know the Votan have rail guns. Do Tau have rail guns? What's their sort of big shooty gun of doom that they like the most? This is... Yeah, I don't know. This is very strange. Normally it's sort of... Well, it's not quite 5 past. I was going to say normally it's up by 5 past, but... Is it Gauss? Yeah, it could be. The greater good in your best hot fuzz voice. I do have my bot over on Twitch at twitch.tv/gloriousbadger. When someone types in the greater good, the bot is supposed to come back with the greater good as well. I couldn't quite get it. I couldn't quite figure out how to get it to play the audio of that. However, I am trying out a new bot. At least I've downloaded it. And I'm hoping that once I can figure it out, I'll be able to merge it and with the stream. But it's pretty complicated, and that's saying something. I'm actually not saying something. It's I'm struggling to figure it out. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. They have railgun on the hammerhead. Oh, do they? Oh, okay. Okay, so they do have railguns as well. I do have that Votan army box. So I probably don't need to get another army box for now. Saying that, I was supposed to have received the Deathwing Assault box. I've paid for it. It's not appeared. So I'm slightly miffed. We're going to see what this week brings. I have emailed the company twice, and I've yet to hear from them. So levels of miffification are quite high. I'm going to email them on Tuesday just to make sure that nothing doesn't... It could potentially appear tomorrow morning. I've not had any emails from them thus far. But if I've not heard anything from them, I'm going to email them on Tuesday and then, well, progress things from there. I'm hoping it's not going to go that way, but who knows in this day and age. And the only reason I wanted a Deathwing, was for more Terminators. I was going to get rid of the Codex, the Deathwing Knights, the cards and transfers, etc., and Belial for that matter, and just keep the 2 squads of Terminators for myself, so I could fluff up my Ultramarine First Company, which is like the major project that I'm going to be doing in February. Well, for a good chunk of February and a bit of March. That is going to be, I'm calling my first company, or like bit of building it, the March from a Crag, even though I'm starting early. Only because I'll be going to America for Adepticon on the 19th for a week. So obviously, I'd like to try and, I didn't really do March of McCrag last year, and ideally I'd be painting, but I can't at the moment. So I'm going to be building for March of McCrag instead, and that's going to be a decent chunk of my first company, or at least a chunk of it. We'll see how decent it is or not as the time comes. Now, why is this article still not appeared? This is very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. What am I missing? I'm gonna type the address in again. It's the 4th of February. We should have a sweet article on what's coming up for pre-order this coming Saturday. Not yet, and it's not appearing in my Discord either. Sometimes it appears on my Discord before it appears on the website, so that's always fun. And anyway, it doesn't. We'll, you know, struggle through. If it doesn't appear, it doesn't appear, and I'll just have to. I don't know what I'll have to do. Do something. It's probably a bit too late in the day for me to. I don't think I will do a video on it. I do hope to be starting to do some videos coming up. It's mostly going to be building miniatures rather than painting. I do have a bit of old footage though. So, in fact, I think I've got video or some old footage of me painting an ultramarine, which I might try and convert into a video for March from McCrag. It is older footage. It does check out, but it's not the highest quality. It's like, it's not the greatest quality, and ideally, I'd be recording with my decent camera, but my decent camera I can't use at the moment because lighting and space, etc., is an issue. So I'll be using my web camera to record, which is not the end of the world, but we will get footage for the building of the stuff. I'm hoping for Horus Heresy. Are they going to give us some Horus Heresy today? Or are they going to give us Pain and Misery? Is it going to appear? Maybe it's going to appear on. Sometimes it appears on X first, or Twitter, if you want to call it that. I don't appear to be seeing it over there either. Let me type in Warhams. Huh. Okay, it is there. Copy link. Okay, we can do this. Give me a second. All right. All right, thanks. It's a strange thing. It's not appeared in my Discord. It appeared on Twitter first. And various. Why is also this top chat? I think for a channel of this size, it should automatically go to live chat rather than top chat. It's very frustrating. So, let me just get the chat box up here. Okay, so. Right, Sunday preview. Welcome to Glorious Miniatures. My name's Jolyon, and in today's Sunday preview, we have the Black Library Celebration 2024. It's the 4th of February, 2024. Unsurprisingly, while you're smashing that like button and making sure that you've subscribed, I will scroll and we will get into it. Warhammer wouldn't be Warhammer without the awesome novels, short stories, and audiobooks from Black Library, and every year we celebrate the literary heart of our hobby with a week-long extravaganza of book reveals, author interviews, and tantalizing teasers. It's that time again, and there's an absolute belter of a Black Library celebration coming your way. Note that 2 special editions have been due to go up for pre-order next weekend. The Mega Edition of Morven Val, Spear of Faith, and Special Edition of The Big Daka, but these have been delayed. Please stay tuned to Warhammer Community for more news on when they are released. Okay, well, we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for those, but, you know, we're used to waiting here at Warhammery stuff. Everything else will be available on the usual 2-week pre-order basis from next Saturday. So are things just full-on 2-week pre-orders now, going forwards? This is the Big Daka. It's a pretty sweet bit of artwork right there. That delicious green flesh. What a time to be alive. I'm gonna have to scroll down. Can't wait for Big Dak. Are you gonna be purchasing? I've still not purchased the previous Orc book, which I've now completely forgotten the name of. The adventures of Ufthak Blackhawk continue as the Gargant Smasher finds himself in hot water with Demek Lord, but he's not going to go down without a fight. Out of time and options, Blackhawk plunges his warband into the mysterious webway, only to end up in the one place that might be more dangerous than the bad side of the biggest Big Mech, Comora. The Big Dacker by Mike Brook follows on directly from Brutal Cunning. That's the one I want to get. And will be up for pre-order in English, French, and German. Yes, indeed. And this is the miniature, I guess, related to that book. Ufthak Blackhawk. I butchered his name probably. I will be getting it. I mean, orcs are always fun to paint, right? They're always fun to paint. So I've got a few orcs lying around, and this will be a great... Plus, this gun looks amazing. And this is a squig acting as a gun support. I like it. Is this a hammer? Maybe we'll get another angle once I scroll down a little bit. We shall have a look, though. Speaking of Ufthak Blackhawk, he's also the subject of the latest Black Library Celebration commemorative series miniature, joining the illustrious likes of Captain Messinius, Inquisitor Eisenhorn, Commissar Severina Rain, and more. Ufthak is a fantastically detailed plastic miniature, hefting his mighty snaz hammer while balancing his custom shooter atop his loyal-ish squig princess. That's Princess the Squig, yes. And it's a tripod kind of gun support thing. That's a pretty sweet mini. I'm definitely going to be getting this. Yeah. Whether or not I can hold out painting it until October, we'll see. I do intend to do October. I've got the Orc Combat Patrol that I would like to paint up, and a couple of other... I've also got... what's his name? I've completely forgotten his name. The biggest orc ever. Not the biggest orc ever, but Gaz. I've got Gaz to paint up as well. So whether or not I can wait until October to do that, we'll see. But we will be painting some orcs. And that is a sweet mini. I look forward to it. I'll scroll down. The Art of the Horus Heresy. This might be an issue for me. Art books are one of my biggest weaknesses. Like, when it comes to films and stuff, art books of a lot of films I love. This kind of stuff. All about them. I love concept art and stuff like that. So, immerse yourself in the world of the Horus Heresy with an awesome new art book containing over 100 illustrations. This hefty tome joins the Art of Warhammer 40,000 and the Art of Warhammer Age of Sigmar art books to celebrate the impact of characterful artwork on the Horus Heresy series, and also includes detailed commentary from cover artist Neil Roberts on many of the most iconic pieces. That could definitely be an excellent purchase. I got a few Games Workshop art books, and obviously need more. Followed up with the anniversary edition of Deus in Carmine. The Black Library Celebration is also a time to reminisce over some of the greatest novels of the past, and James Swallow's Deus in Carmine is high on the list. To commemorate 20 years since its release, a new anniversary edition of the classic Blood Angel's Tale is on the way. Gotta be honest, I'm firstly irritated I've said that phrase yet again. Secondly, I was trying to find some old books the other day. They are not cheap. They're not remotely cheap at the moment. Trying to find some books from 2000. I think one was from 2007 and the other was 2013 maybe. And yeah, they're not cheap or easy to find, which is slightly frustrating when that Black Library are very happy to do like Kindle versions of it, but firstly, I don't have a Kindle. Secondly, I don't want to read on a computer. I'd like the actual papery goodness. So I'm going to keep on struggling. Unless they bring out another 20th anniversary of it or whatever. 10th anniversary. The Ghosts of Barak Minos. Minos? Minos. Whatever. Drecky Flint is back up and in his neck. Drecky Flint is back and up to his neck in trouble again in The Ghosts of Barak Minos by Guy Haley. The swashbuckling adventurer and sky captain is sent on an incredible quest when a crewmate long thought lost to the open sky turns up alive and raving mad. With shadowy assassins from Ulgu in pursuit and the fabled lost city of Barak Minos calling, Flint embarks on another hair-raising adventure that will test the limits of his skill, luck, and bravado in a direct sequel to his action-packed debut novel, The Argonaut's Oath. Okay, then. Didn't read that. But okay, good. Nice to have sequels. Always like those. Riders of the Dead. Okay, then. This might be a bit more my speed. Every year, Warhammer fans and Black Library readers vote to bring back 2 of their most beloved stories in new paperback editions in the Reader's Choice Survey. Riders of the Dead is a classic Dan Abnett tale from the world of legend, telling the story of 2 Empire soldiers whose career takes a sharp turn after tumultuous events pitch them on opposite sides of the battlefield. Soon they find themselves racing towards an inevitable showdown, one which will decide the fate of their souls forever. This was not the book I was looking for. However, it's a book about the Empire, and as a result, I will be absolutely purchasing it. So, I mean, I guess that's going to save me some money at some point. Also, I like this horse. Is this... That looks like war paint kind of deal. That looks like they've not tattooed it necessarily, but painted it rather. That doesn't look like cloth at all. I mean, if anything, that looks like flayed flesh, which I know it isn't, but that does look sweet. I like it. And Lord of the Night. Uh-oh. Few names strike as much terror into helpless souls as the Night Lords, and the full horror of their cruelty is revealed in Lord of the Night by Simon Spurrier. A young interrogator strives to prove herself worthy of the Inquisition, despite misgivings surrounding their methods, and her fate will be thrown into turmoil as the traitor Space Marines prepare to invade an Imperial hive world. Now, I do have the Night Lords omnibus. I need to double check if this book is in that omnibus. If it isn't, then I might get it. We shall see. Aha. I said his name, and here it is. Ghazghkull Thraka, Prophet of the War, by Nate Crowley. Okay. Witness the meteoric rise of the deadliest orc in the galaxy in a new paperback edition of Ghazghkull Thraka, Prophet of the War by Nate Crowley. This is a blood-soaked tale of slaughter and a riotous battle in the way only orcs can muster, told from the only somewhat reliable perspective of Ghazghkull's favourite grot, Makari. That'd be an interesting read, potentially. We shall see. And then we've got The End and the Death, Volume 3, French and German editions. Not the special editions, obviously. The Showdown of the Millennium reaches its climax in The End and the Death, Volume 3 by Dan Abnett. Now coming in French and German language editions for the first time. It's an unmissable tale for fans of the Horus Heresy series, standing at the crossroads of history as one fateful duel sets the scene for 10 millennia of darkness. Okay, then. Well, that's always a good thing. I've been collecting the paperback versions of these, Gabba. Yeah. I don't have the next, so I mean I'm like way behind on the story. I would say no spoilers or anything, but I kind of know what happens already. So yeah, I am looking forward to actually like carving a decent amount of time and reading the entire Siege of Terror back to back. Probably start doing that at some point this year. Also, how you doing? Happy Sunday. What's cracking? And all that kind of jazz. We got Dawn of Fire, Sea of Souls, German edition. Okay. All right, it's that book. The 7th installment of the Dawn of Fire series charts the ongoing trials of the Indomitus Crusade in a new German edition. The epic tale continues in Sea of Souls by Chris Wright as Bobby G's crusade to reclaim the Imperium sees Fleet Secundus, primed to launch a major offensive into the Eye of Terror itself, hoping to strike at the heart of the arch-enemy's forces with a massive combined force of Space Marines, Astra Militarum, and Adepta Sororitas. Okay then. All right. I remember that coming out a while ago. Now it has been translated. Hell yes. Yeah, we all know what happens. It's like trying to say it's a spoiler is, we all know what happens. I'm looking forward to, as you say, I'm looking forward to getting into like the details, the nitty-gritty, or all that kind of stuff. But I've got a problem is I keep buying other books. That's my major issue. I've got the Night Lords omnibus ahead of me. I've got the Word Bearers omnibus ahead of me. Then there's one other book I've got before I even consider the Siege of Terror. Main issue I have is actually finding them because they're all in storage. That's the major issue, finding the books. The Greater Good. How do you say this person's name? I can't pronounce it. Caiaphas Kane. Anyway, Mr. Kane. Mr. Kane. Continue the unbelievable adventures of Commissar Kane, hero of the Imperium, in a new French edition of The Greater Good by Sandy Mitchell. The cunning Tau Empire are up to their old tricks, using devious ploys like ceasefires and peaceful negotiation, but impromptu alliances may be what separates survival from destruction when a ravenous Tyranid swarm bears down on Quadravia. Caphias? Really? Caphias. Okay. All right, that works. Caphias. I think I tried that pronunciation before one time, and I wasn't entirely sure of it. Caphias, spot on. Just like all my other pronunciations of all the other words. Always spot on. Thank you, Gabba. We've got the Black Library Celebration Anthology 2024. This year's anthology of short stories to coincide with the Black Library Celebration is packed with explosive action from some of your favourite authors, featuring 5 stories from across the worlds of Warhammer. For a limited time, starting on the 10th of February, a digital copy of this compilation will be added free of charge to all orders. Placed on the blacklibrary.com web store. You'll be able to acquire a physical copy of Warhammer stores and certain independent retailers during their own Black Library celebrations. Contact your local store for details. Please note, the selection of stories differs slightly between English, French, and German versions. Okie dokie. Alright, there's Warhammer Plus stuff, which we don't really do on this channel. This is the book I wanted to get. Yarrick, the Omnibus. So that is the Sunday preview. Black Library Celebration 2024. We have a bunch of books, obviously. There's a bit of a delay on a couple of them. I will be getting this miniature, definitely, and potentially this art book right here. Obviously, price dependent. I'm not going to go bananas, but it would be hard for me to sort of not purchase one of those books because it looks awesome. Otherwise, I don't know if anything is going to be happening this side of, I don't know, this where I am. I will say hello to Lucian. Hello, Lucian. How you doing, you saucy beast? Ufthak is a beast. You love him. Hell yes. Lucian, what are you up to today? Happy Sunday to you. Yeah, there are some sweet books. I've got a really itchy nose. I do apologize. It's going into February, as I was saying earlier. I am going to start trying to record, unfortunately on this camera, in dodgy lighting, the building of some of my first company for my Ultramarines. Unfortunately, that's all I'm going to be able to do for March from a Crag this year. Last year, I did barely anything because I was in a temporary house. I'm in the house, but the painting area's not available, so I will just be building. Hopefully I can get some videos and stuff done, and I'm going to actually start that prior to March because I'll be at Adepticon during some of March at least. So that is that. Lucian, what are you doing? What are you up to tonight? Let's talk about food. What's everyone eating tonight? I'm going to have some stew. And I can't wait. It's a classic family recipe of, I don't know, meat and veg, and it's very delicious. I have been eyeing up those villainy inks as well a little bit more. Definitely somewhat tempted. If you're tempted, make sure to smash that like button. Although I wouldn't be able to use them for a bit, but they are tempting. I do want to get a t-shirt design done. I might have to go on to, was it like Fiverr or something, and get someone to come up with a t-shirt design or something for me. Just grab myself some toast, butter, and jam. Oh, lovely. What color bread? And what flavor jam? And is it salted butter? There's 3 very important questions. There's some strawberry jam in this house from Tesco. I will not be buying it again. I don't know. I don't know what's in there, but there's the tiniest essence of strawberry in there. I put some on some toast the other day, and I was thinking, this is strawberry, isn't it? It was definitely jam, but it was the taste was barely there. It was a very sort of a hint of it. You haven't had any for years? White sourdough? Oh. Apricot? Tesco's finest. You see, this wasn't the Tesco's finest. It was Tesco's genericest. The most generic jam. Apricot jam, yum. I love that. We've had this discussion before, and I can't wait. I tell you what, once the kitchen's in, I can't wait to get back to baking again. Oof, it's sourdough in particular. It's going to be a good time. I'm very much looking forward to getting back to baking after, I don't know, over a year since it's been probably 2 years since I've made sourdough, so I'm looking forward to getting back on that train. Maybe even make some bagels again, that kind of stuff. I don't know. You're thoroughly enjoying it? Yeah. The problem is, I enjoy toast a lot. And fresh bread a lot. And it tends to just disappear when it's sort of put in front of me. I just inhale it, basically. I'm just updating the article very briefly with the link to the article. Also, my spelling is very strange. It's changed. Yeah. Although the thing with fresh bread, I am all about Marmite. Fresh bread, butter, Marmite, slather it on. Delicious. Very yummy. And I have got stacks and stacks of marmalade. Unfortunately, I made a batch. I know I said it, I think, a week ago. I made a batch of marmalade a couple of years ago, and evidently there wasn't enough pectin in it, and it didn't really settle. It didn't really set. So it's kind of runny, which is not bad. I mean, the flavor is still there. It's just it's very runny. I wouldn't sell it, for example. I'm going to eat it. In fact, I am already eating it, but I would not sell it. Don't really bake yourself, but big respect. Well, I used to bake for a local restaurant. I used to do a couple of loaves of sourdough every day and about 30 to 40 fresh bagels big bagels every day for them. Like 6 days a week, I think it was. Marmite is absolutely delicious, Lucian, I'm afraid. It's okay. It's all right if you don't like it. I'm not going to judge you too harshly, but obviously there is going to be a little bit of judgment. I mean, Marmite is obviously better than that other stuff, Vegemite, which is the devil's curd. I think everyone can agree on that. I've tried that and it's repulsive is one word. It is pales in comparison to the power and quality of Marmite. But everyone knows that. How long have we been streaming for? 45 minutes though so far. Thank you, Nightbot. That is, what is that link? What is that link? Does it even... Oh, it's a donation link. Okay. Thank you very much, Nightbot. It's great. While we're on that, let me do my... do the throw. I think we've done all the links, basically. I have got to the point where I uploaded 219 items to my web store the other day. I've got to go through all the photos for them. So I've got at least 420, blaze it, photos to go through, crop, compress, and then upload, and then match to the correct item. And 420 isn't really the... 220 isn't really the true amount, because I've got statues, busts. I got statues and then 2 versions of a statue and a bust. So there's quite a lot more than just 220 items. Satan's toe jam is... That's... Did you have issues as a child with this, Lucian? Was it forced upon you? Because I don't know, it's delicious. That's all there is to it. It's delicious. It's crazy. So yeah, I've got many photos to go through, and then I've got to compress them. You know, cut them to the right size, shrink them down where required, compress them, upload them, then match them. Each each image to the correct product. Then I got to go through and do all of the SEO for the items, which I'm somewhat dreading because I'm terrible at it. And then I got to go through and check that the prices are all, okay. We're going to go live with okay prices. Obviously, I'm going to have to do a bunch of test prints and stuff and all that kind of jazz. And hopefully we'll be getting probably going live with the web store over at gloriousminiatures.com. Sometime after I get back from Adepticon. I'm currently thinking in my brain beginning of May. That might be a bit late, but it's probably realistic. Marmite is gone to exactly, Gabba. It really is. Gabba was doing so well. Yeah. Well. Actually, Gabba, what is your Black Templars army consisting of? I've been thinking about my Black Templars army. I think I'm going to blame you for it. I was thinking about that, but then I was also thinking about Crimson Fists as well. Maybe a little small squad or 2 of them to go with my Imperial Fists as well. You had some today on a baguette with some chunks of cheddar. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Chunks of cheddar cheese. The problem is that's just too delicious, and I'm actually salivating at the thought of it. It's a terrible situation I'm finding myself in currently. But it's okay. We'll persevere. I wish I could say I'm painting something, but I can't at the moment. I got some videos to start editing. I've got an ultramarine painting video that I might be able to turn into a video. Painting a couple of other things which I might be able to do something with. And then we'll be building some ultra lads, basically. Black Templars are epic. I purchased the Black Templars army box. And I got a few Bernie boys from Leviathan, which I will add on to them, and such things. I'm keeping my Terminators currently for the Ultramarines. I would like them to hurry up and bring some Assault Terminators. That's what we really need. They need to come up with some new updated plastic Assault Terminators, Lightning Claws, Thunderhammer, and Storm Shield, and I don't know, whatever. Quickly, like really quickly. You got Termi Squad, a Cap and Termi armor painted. You got Dread after that, troops, I guess. Yes, I was eyeing up last night. I was over on Element Games, Wiggly Eyebrows. Check it out. It's a sweet affiliate link. I was checking it out, the Sword Brethren last night. That's what I was doing. They're very hot. They're very hot. Very, very tempting. The problem is I need to actually, I was looking up paint schemes, really, like interesting ways to paint black armor, etc. I really obviously like the way that you're painting yours, Gabba. As always, you and your beautiful paint jobs. It's disgusting. Very envious. What's up first? How you doing, you saucy beast? Happy Sunday to you. We had a look at the old article. I'm going to be getting the Orc and the book, the art book for the Horus Heresy, but I think... Oh, and that Warhammer Empire book, the about the 2 Empire soldiers. I'll be getting that book as well, so slightly more than intended, but what ho. Also, I'm going to be streaming over on Twitch at twitch.tv/gloriousbadger next week, obviously, as per usual. Monday, Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Friday at 7 o'clock as well. The Thursday stream is usually right after this stream. I'm going to cross my fingers when I say this. I'm going to attempt to do a dual stream where I stream the Horus Heresy article on Thursday at 2:30. So I'll go through that article and then immediately just drop the YouTube stream and then go straight into the Twitch stream at 3 o'clock where we just play a game. Absolutely amazing minis, they really are. Gabba, I don't want to talk about it. I said, yeah, I did see. Problem is, I saw on Friday night they brought them back. And problem was, I'm still on order with Alchemist and it says it's on back order. I'm hoping that it gets sent to me. Otherwise, I'm going to just have to order it direct next time it appears. Bone Dragon is stunning. You picked up the Tomb Kings? You caved like a flan in the cupboard on at first. Nice. I'm glad to hear it. You got that, the Bone Dragon. I saw it at 3 a.m. Yes, I went to bed at 2:30 a.m. You're up mighty early at 3 a.m. You saucy beast. Yeah, Gab, the thing was, I saw it at, I went to bed at 3 a.m. in fact. I think on Friday night. And I thought to myself, like I just suddenly thought before I went to bed, I'll have a quick look, and I wish I hadn't, because then I was thinking, it's still on back order with Alchemist. What I need to do is just basically next time it appears, unless it actually appears and gets completed and sent to me, I'm just going to order it direct, and it's a bit of a save. It's like 20 quid extra from direct, so I'll just have to bite the bullet. Sweet desert-based skeletons. Yes, exactly. So, actually, speaking of that, ladies and jelly spoons, let me the made-to-order stuff finishes tomorrow morning, I think, at 9. Is that correct? So, I know, Gabba, I know. What I need to do is I just need to either hope that it appears like in the post this week, or just cancel it and just cross my fingers. I mean, it's not like I don't already have lots of other stuff to build, truth be told. But saying that, it's like one of the armies of my dreams. I thought to myself, what a wonderful world. Exactly. Enjoy my singing voice. So the pre-order, made-to-order stuff is finishing, was it tomorrow morning? So make sure you get your order in. Honoured First, is that going to include, are you going to get some made-to-order bony boys? Did you say it's your brother? Did I misread? I think I might have. Oh, your brother did? Okay. So there are some... which ones are made to order? The Tomb King with Great Weapon. I was eyeing up one of them. Oh, it's the Battle Standard Bearer on foot and on horse. I was slightly tempted by that. I'm gonna manage to hold fire on that one. But the Kingdom of Bretonia one, I've got to get that order in tonight before I just regret taking forever. I'll be getting the Bretonian Battle Standard and the one with the Lance. I don't think I really need the one with the Great Weapon. But the Paladin, hell yes. Which one did you get, Gabba? You watched the Tabletop Tactics Bretonia video last night and maybe won it bad. Did I watch that video? Hold on. Normally I only really watch videos, battle reports from Tabletop Tactics, Winter's SEO, and SNN battle reports. Currently, occasionally I'll dabble elsewhere. Where is Tabletop Tactics? Did I watch it? Unfortunately, my memory is terrible, so things sort of... yes, I did watch it. The Vampire Counts one. I would love to get an undead army led by Naughty Nagash. It's like that was one of the armies that I started in the 90s, and making that a reality would be majestic. You wanted a Bretonian box, but they were sold out. Yeah, it sucks. On and first, I'm going to attempt to get it. Lord on Pegasus, Standard Bearer, and the Lord of the Lance. Oh, you went with the Lord on the Pegasus? Okay. Didn't want the Great... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about the one with the Great Weapon. I'm not entirely sold on it. But the Battle Standard Bearer and the Lance one, hell yes. Pegasus... I'm having nightmares of those wings. I'm having nightmares with those wings because I've got the Lord of Change, which has the old metal Lord of Change, and there's that horrible metal seam on one of the wings. That I don't. It wasn't in fact a seam. It was more like I don't know what it was. It was a great big ridge across all the feathers, and I just don't have it in me to do that. So I don't know. I was traumatized. I was traumatized by that miniature. But you do have till the 5th of February, 8 a.m. GMT to get those orders in if you're going to get them. So, you've been warned. Winter's SEO, absolute legend. Yes. No, it turns out he was not too far away from where I used to be living in. I think he's somewhere around Swindon. I used to live in delicious Marlborough. In fact, Tabletop Tactics are in Chips and Ham, so also quite close. That's basically all I got to say, folks. Basically all I got to say. Mold slip, all right, yeah. It was the dirtiest thing, Lucian. I started filing it down and just gave up. So I will go back to it at some point. Maybe I will get that Lord on Pegasus, just to copy Gabba. But that Paladin is definitely getting purchased because that's pretty sweet. But I want those forgeworld ones as well. But I'm not going to order those until I can get the actual box set. I don't want to get too stuck into the army and then realise that I'm going to have lots of regrets. I'm not sure I'll build a Pegasus, but wanted it for nostalgia. Sweet, sweet nostalgia. Yeah. The newer plastic one is much better, of course. Yeah. Well, it definitely is. Strangely, I did consider getting the Battle Standard Bearer on Pegasus as well, which is similar to the General, just a different loadout. In my mind, it's the same kit, but with a different option. It's basically the same thing. But nostalgia is, I remember mid-90s or whenever it was, seeing those armies in White Dwarf and just being blown away and being like, I love that. So now is the time, or this is the year. And I am going to be doing some more time stuff. I'm slowly turning the idea over in my head for this channel. I would like some more time action scenery. I'd also like some Necromunda stuff and scenery, and also Horus Heresy, and just all the things really. Unfortunately, still, it'll be gone tomorrow, and it'll never be able to get it unless I put. Yeah, exactly. That is the thing. It'll be gone tomorrow, and you'll never be able to get it again unless you pay some silly eBay price. So yoink. Yeah, I completely understand that, which is also why I'm going to be purchasing them as well. Once I've made myself some food and whatnot. So, folks, I think that's about it. I am on Twitch tomorrow at 7 p.m. UK time. So I'll be playing some 7 Days to Die, twitch.tv/gloriousbadger. If you don't want to miss any videos here, I will eventually be getting back to painting videos as soon as I possibly can. As I said many times, it's waiting on the council, etc., to get that room built, but it will happen. So make sure that you've hit the thumbs up button, liked it, and subscribed so you don't miss those future videos. I hope you all have a magnificent rest of your Sunday night. Yes, I see that happening. Yes. Thank you very much for doing that. I will see you. Well, I will see you when I see you, either here on Thursday or on Twitch tomorrow. Thank you, and goodbye.